This morning on DITV, we'll give you the latest information about this weekend's Hawk Alert.
And later, we take a look at how Iowa City is already getting into the holiday season.
In sports, we'll take a look at the only thing the Iowa football team was able to do right against Wisconsin this weekend.
And updates from the men and women's basketball teams as they start their regular season.
Warmer temperatures in our future, find out more in weather.
All that and more coming your way.
DITV starts right now.
Good morning and thanks for tuning in. I'm Ethan Gutstein.
And I'm Alexis Tansey.
This morning we have an update on the shooting on the pedestrian mall from this weekend.
DITV reporter Becca Scadden is standing by with more. Becca, what can you tell us?
Thanks, guys. Iowa City Police received reports of shots fired downtown near the Ped Mall on Saturday night. At approximately 5:13 Saturday, students received a Hawk Alert warning them of gunshots. The incident occurred near the intersection of College and Lynn Street. Police say the shots were fired from a black Toyota Camry with Illinois plates. Since the shooting, police have searched the area and interviewed witnesses who say they heard the gunshots. At this point, they have not been able to find any victims, damage, or evidence left from the incident. This marks the second shooting incident in the pedestrian mall this year. We'll keep you updated with more information as this story develops. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Becca. On Saturday morning, a fire caused an estimated $20,000 in damage to an Iowa City apartment. Firefighters responded to a report of a fire at 427 North Dubuque Street at 7:35 a.m. It took firefighters approximately 20 minutes to extinguish the fire. The firefighting crew had found the active fire on the 4th floor of the apartment complex. According to firefighters' reports, the apartment's oven was the source of the fire. An Iowa City man was arrested at about 2 a.m. early Thursday morning in connection to a street stabbing which happened in May. Police said on May 7th, a man and his wife were walking past Ronald A. Rary, a 66-year-old man, on the pedestrian mall when Rary made a rude comment about the man's wife. When the man approached Rary, Rary stabbed him twice in the abdomen. As of Friday morning, Rary is being held at the Johnson County Jail until further notice.
President Donald Trump recently went to Vietnam in efforts to build ties with Russia. Tensions resurfaced between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin after Trump mentioned his promises went cold due to Russia's involvement in the United States 2016 election. Trump's aides insisted that Russia's involvement must be discussed before the two leaders meet. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson told the press while President Trump was in Beijing, among the long list of discussion topics with Putin, cyber intrusion is among that list. Yesterday, a powerful earthquake with a magnitude of 7.2 hit the border of Iran and Iraq, killing at least 61 Iranians and injuring over 300. In Iraq, at least 400 people have been reported dead and over 6,000 were injured. The earthquake knocked out electricity in the western Iranian cities of Mehran and Elam. 35 rescue teams were there to provide assistance. Well, Alexis, it's been pretty cold outside, and we haven't seen any snow yet. I wonder when that's going to happen.
Yeah, Ethan, I noticed there was frost on the ground this morning, but I, for one, am not ready to see the first snowfall here. Let's toss it over to Susanna in the weather studio to see what this week's forecast looks like.
Yeah, guys, you may be wondering if there's any way to know what to expect for winter weather ahead of time this season, since we haven't seen such a fluctuation in our weather lately. The National Weather Service releases a winter outlook each year that gives you a climate prediction outlook for this coming winter season. As you can see behind me, there's a map showing the kind of temperatures we can expect to see this winter in Iowa. We are in the category of equal chances, meaning we have the opportunity for both colder than normal and warmer than normal conditions. But if you want to get even more local, the National Weather Service is predicting colder than normal temperatures in northeast Iowa. Now taking a look at our local weather, this week we'll be feeling temperatures warm up. Today's high will reach 47 degrees with partial clouds in our skies and similar conditions on Tuesday, as we can expect a high of 48 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Wednesday there will be warmer than usual temperatures for November at 53 degrees. Thursday we will see about an 8-degree drop in our high temps, and with all the variation in temperatures, this creates conditions for thunderstorms, which we have an 80% chance for on Friday, and those showers will carry over into the early hours of Saturday as well. Sunday We will end the weekend with sunshine and a high of 40 degrees. Have a great last week before Thanksgiving break, Hawkeyes, and back to you at the desk.
Nick Stervich, the president of Kirkwood Community College's Iowa City campus, is nearing the end of his term in office. There are currently 4 finalists to fill the position. The 4 finalists include Christy Fisher, Iowa Assistant Vice President, Steve Schultz, president of North Iowa Area Community College in Mason City, Lori Sundberg, a former businesswoman who heads Carl Sandburg College, and Michael Thompson, president of Cuyahoga Community College in Ohio. The 16-member search committee plans to meet again on December 14th.
This Saturday was the first of 2 holiday markets held here in Iowa City. DITV reporter Jahisha Thomas was there to capture the event.
I got to join the first 2017 holiday market where vendors from all over Iowa congregated at the local Robert Lee Community Rec Building on Gilbert Street Saturday afternoon. The room was filled with energy and joy as vendors were able to explore and share their passion with the public. I got to see fashion, pillows, and even vegetables, but my British heritage drew me straight to the kombucha tea.
The fermented tea, and then we add our own juices to it. It's full of natural probiotics, it has some natural carbonation in it, and it tastes really great. We try to source a lot of our ingredients locally, and we're based out of Iowa City, so we're really focusing on community here as well with our drink.
And if you're not a complete tea lover like I am, there were certainly other stands which tickle anybody's fancy, especially if you felt a little peckish. Lois Pelvica could cater to those with her unique natural way of growing her poultry.
No hormones, no antibiotics, and no genetically modified products.
If you happen to miss this fantastic event this weekend, then do not panic, as these ambitious vendors will be back here in Iowa City on December 9th. From DITV, this is Jahisha Thomas.
Well, Ethan, after the Ohio State game, I was confident that Iowa had a chance against Wisconsin, but the game was really hard to watch for me.
Exactly. But at least we had a glimmer of hope with our cornerback Josh Jackson, who had 2 interceptions. Let's toss it over to the sports studio with Alec and Jacob to get a recap of the game. Guys?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, Jacob, not the prettiest game in Madison this Saturday.
No, it was actually so rough. I ended up taking a nap during the second half.
I went to Netflix in the 4th quarter. But someone who didn't check out in the 4th quarter was Josh Jackson, because Iowa might not have had enough to beat the top 10 team in the Big Ten, but one player did have enough to make a day for himself and really help himself in the rankings.
Oh yeah, he's been climbing up the draft board. People have been checking him out more and more. It's been a great season for him so far.
In Iowa's 38-14 loss, the Hawkeyes just couldn't get anything to work. The offense put on the worst performance in Kirk Ferentz' tenure as head coach. The defense let Wisconsin run all over them, and the Badgers punched their ticket for the Big Ten championship game. The lone bright spot, Iowa's Josh Jackson adding 2 more interceptions to his season total, both of which were returned for Iowa's only touchdowns of the game.
I'm just trying to do my job. If it comes my way, I just want to be able to play good defense on it and knock the ball down or get interceptions and just help put the offense in the best field position that I can.
Jackson leads all of college football with 23 passes defended and 7 interceptions, 5 of which have come in the past 2 games.
And what he's done the last 2 weeks, just statistically, it's just, I don't know how you could do better than that. That's almost video game type numbers. So to me, it's the result of his hard work. He's really done some good things over the years and over the months, and but still, he's playing really well. But to say that a guy's going to do that kind of stuff, that's pretty unusual.
Even though Jackson just started receiving national attention, his teammates have known from the beginning that he is something special.
He's super long and athletic, and he made a bunch of plays in camp and all the way up until this point, just like he did tonight.
He's able to make a lot of plays, scare a lot of people out of maybe a certain throw or a certain play a lot of times, just because he's really good.
Some are even beginning to wonder if Jackson will go pro next year instead of returning for his senior season. But for now, he's focused on one thing and one thing only.
Just come back and work hard next couple weeks and finish out strong.
From Madison, Bo Bowman, DITV Sports.
Yes, everything is going well for him. Like I mentioned, he was actually named a semifinalist for the Chuck Bednarik Award, given annually to the nation's top defensive player. And he could still be added to the Jim Thorpe Award finalist list for the country's top defensive back.
Jackson should be fun to watch the rest of the season, but moving on to basketball, the Iowa men's basketball team kicked off their regular season with 2 games this weekend. Let's check in with DITV's Taylor Cassian, who's standing by in Carver. Taylor?
Thanks, guys. I'm here live in Carver Hawkeye Arena after another Hawkeye win. It was the second win of the weekend for the Hawks as they beat Chicago State on Friday night. Iowa dominated their season openers this weekend, first with a win of 95-62 against Chicago State, and finished off with an impressive 92-58 win against Alabama State. With having so many versatile players, it's important that each of them step up to contribute on the court, and that is exactly what they did this weekend. Ahmad Wagner scored his first career three-pointer and shot 2 for 3. Macy Daly, Cordell Pemsel, and Isaiah Moss also came out of the games posting impressive stats. Tyler Cook has continued to dominate offensively, as well as freshman Luca Garza, who recorded his first career double-double on Sunday. The Hawks will have a few days before they return to Carver on Thursday to take on Grambling State. Hopefully the team can maintain the energy that they brought this weekend and clinch another win.
This is a lot because, it spreads the floor. When we have guys scoring from, every single position, it's hard to help off guys. So, it's going to help us, going on with the season because they can't really key in on one person because we have so many other scorers.
He performed, I think, forget about what my expectations are. It's what they expect of themselves. I think Cordell looks at himself as a starting player. He just doesn't start. But, every one of those guys. Brady's been terrific. Macy was great. Kriener.
Well, it was safe to say that it was an impressive weekend for the Hawks, and we'll see what they bring against Grambling State on Thursday. Reporting live from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Taylor Cassian with Daily Iowan TV Sports. Guys, back to you.
The team will have a few days of practice to try to keep that momentum going in hopes to get another win this Thursday night.
This weekend, the Iowa women's basketball team started the season strong, winning the Hawkeye Challenge, led by Megan Gustafson. DITV's Natalie Acapetti has more.
The Iowa women's basketball team started off their season this past weekend with 2 wins from strong opponents Western Kentucky and Quinnipiac.
A lot of teams are 2-0 this time of year, but they're not 2-0 going against the competition we've gone against this weekend. So this was, I believe it was the toughest opening tournament in the United States. And to come out of it 2-0, I'm really proud of our team. They want to win. They want to win for each other. They want to share in it. And they're constantly believing in each other, and that's what you have to have with a quality team.
Junior Megan Gustafson led Iowa this weekend in their doubleheader against strong opponents. Gustafson reached her milestone for 1,000th point in her career as a Hawkeye, becoming the 35th player in program history. She also scored her career-high 35 points, while the Hawks won the Hawkeye Challenge this weekend in overtime win against Western Kentucky 104-97.
I have to credit to my teammates and my coaches. They're always there for me. They give me great passes. So they set up plays for me to be able to get open. And, I just really am appreciative of everything that they've done for me. And I just do it for them.
Coach Bluter also added her 700th career win as a coach against Quinnipiac, winning 83-67. The Hawkeyes will be taking on Northern Illinois Wednesday at 7 p.m. Reporting for Iowa women's basketball from Carver Hawkeye Arena, I'm Natalie Acapetti with DITV Sports.
That's all we have here in the studio. Stay tuned to DITV for more coverage of the men's and women's basketball. But for now, guys, back to you.
Thanks, guys. That's all we have for you on this Monday morning edition of DITV. I'm Alexis Tanzi.
And I'm Ethan Gutstein. Have a great day, Iowa City.